The Duchess of Sussex is said to be apoplectic over the emergence of a shocking video leaked by actress Blake Lively that appears to show Meghan Markle engaged in passionate trysts with multiple Suits co-stars years before meeting Prince Harry. The bombshell footage, recorded secretly during a promotional tour for the USA Network legal drama in Australia, has set the internet ablaze with salacious speculation about the former royal's past romantic indiscretions. This is about as blindside as it gets. Meghan is bloody furious that Blake went ahead leaking this deeply private video without her consent solely to inflict maximum humiliation, confided a source close to the enraged Duchess. She'd carried on under the impression these compromising scenes highlighting her seedier past stayed permanently buried. Now it's all appended into a PR emergency threatening to dismantle every shred of hard-earned relatability she's cultivated overcoming her Hollywood hustler image. The grainy, dimly lit video in question appears to capture Meghan engaging in intimate relations with at least 3 different male cast members from the Toronto-based series over a span of several nights. According to extensive analysis from body language experts consulted by Australian gossip outlets, the footage unmistakably depicts the future Duchess entangled in steamy sexual encounters of both solo and group varieties. Look, I was hired to survey this leaked footage for news programming. There's just no ambiguity whatsoever regarding the events illustrated on screen. Those are definitely explicit sexual acts occurring between Meghan and various Suits colleagues who shall remain nameless out of discretion, claimed veteran forensic videographer Graylon Whites. From the positioning, undressing cues, performative vocalization, everything there connects like A+B interlocking biographical details chronicling a young starlet's prototypical casting couch initiation ordeal, for better or worse. While neither Meghan or Blake have yet commented publicly on the video controversy, the implicit admission of its authenticity is sending shockwaves throughout the scorched earth PR battlefield encompassing their long-standing Cold War. For years, the formerly close pair of actresses turned mortal frenemies have regularly exchanged barbs, sniping and settling scores through passive-aggressive social media strikes calculated for maximum petty escalation. Their vicious Hollywood feud dates back nearly a decade before Meghan's fateful 2016 blind date with Harry, when both budding starlets jockeyed viciously for career-breaking roles while overlapping within a close-knit circle of friends fueling vicious competitive jealousies. According to industry insiders, it was specifically Lively scoring the coveted lead in 2015's Aegis stripper heist romp, Hustlers, over Meghan that turned their relationship straight toxic. Ever since Blake effectively stole that part playing a grifting sexbot out from under Meghan's grasp, the knives have been out with these two thirstier for blood than a cage match between roid-raged hyenas, explained Hollywood insider Ray Fisgood. Leaking something as damaging as actual sex footage carries an unmistakable stench of foul play. Scorching earth burns against someone you deeply loathe, no matter how accidentally it may have slipped out. Of course, the ugly court of public speculation remains fixated on whether the footage's leaking was truly an inadvertent mistake, or rather a surgical strike from Blake Lively precisely timed to sabotage Meghan's upcoming speaking tour promoting her new Spotify podcast exploring misogynistic media tropes minimizing women's dignity. Not only would sex tapes conflict with the Duchess' burgeoning activist brand, but lurid sex footage of the former Deal or No Deal suitcase opener would seemingly embody many of the very regressive objectification narratives the project aims deconstructing. Oh, you better believe this one's going to sting for a fair while, no matter how Meghan elects spinning it as inspiring vulnerability toward overcoming societal double standards fetishizing actresses' sexualities before allowing our full humanity, predicted reality TV guru Das Hill Drummond. Regardless of whatever defensive "this too was my truth" deflection she trots out, the collateral damage across multiple ideological war fronts feels utterly devastating. Major sponsors will definitely shave marketing commitments fearing associations with such salaciousness. Indeed, the leaked sex video's fallout could threaten to torpedo a potentially lucrative summer tour of speaking engagements for the polarizing Duchess across Australia and New Zealand. Just last month, Meghan finalized a 7-figure deal providing uplifting pro-feminist keynotes for corporations eager capitalizing on her progressive cachet with millennial demographics, commitments promoters are already sweating following the uproar. Of course, we're exploring our options for extricating the engagement gracefully after sponsors started pitching identity crisis tantrums once those raunchy vids hit Aussie social channels, confided one tour coordinator requesting anonymity. setting Twitter ablaze with allegations a cultural thought leader booked for inspiring feminist lectures previously facilitated Suits soap opera casting bacchanalias? Yeah, not exactly the wholesome, Renaissance woman messaging anyone contracted believing they'd purchased. Those damning assessments encapsulate the conundrum facing Meghan amid a public relations nightmare threatening to siphon away precious momentum from her archwell, truth-telling, activism brand built around recapturing narratives obstructing dignified flourishings for underrepresented figures transcending myopic industry pigeonholes. Not only must she somehow distance herself from any appearances of impropriety following the released video's transgressions, but the Duchess may need separating from culpability over the footage's unsanctioned dissemination itself. This suspicion has already fueled accusations from royal insiders proclaiming Meghan herself orchestrated the leaking as a deliberate honey trap to reignite weeks-old feuds with the royal family on the eve of her charitable tour's launch. Seeing this tragic pattern regurgitating itself over and over, anytime the Markle outrage cycle starts ebbing, she introduces fresh dramas reviving antagonisms against the monarchy through some combustible new horror show revelation provoking their butters, groused Buckingham Palace sources skeptical of the Duchess' public victimhood pretenses. Quite frankly, having a safari's worth of seedy shag footage spilled across Australian primetime smacks like yet another precision napalm strike against the Windsors as she prepares boosting media stocks ahead of her vacuous oppression rally tour crying persecution every layover. While those blasts from royal allies question Meghan's motives for not intervening against the video's emergence, similarly scathing attacks have also come from different directions within celebrity circles questioning her fitness for humanitarian advocacy causes in light of the tawdry revelations. Over the past 48 hours, numerous institutional feminist voices have directly challenged the consistency and legitimacy of Meghan's self-proclaimed intersectional politics juxtaposed against the footage showcasing her enthusiastic complicity within misogynistic industry traditions disempowering women.